Shalom, I'm Apostle Talk coming back at you with a quick video giving all praises to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua B'Shem Kakodash. And this is originally from Arrows of Indignation 144, which is on the Odyssey page. And the title, 7 Women Shall Take Hold of One Man, is something that's getting ready to happen on a wide scale, and that's fulfillment of Isaiah, which is a future prophecy, Isaiah chapter 4. You can start from the first verse. Anyway, you know what I got to do? I got to go through Isaiah 1, Isaiah 2, Isaiah 3, hit all those go over them again. You know, we go over, bring out precepts and so forth. But you know, from Isaiah chapter 1 to Isaiah chapter 2 to Isaiah chapter 3 to Isaiah chapter 4, it follows a, how can I say, you know, one chapter follows after the other. So it's like a continuing thought of visions and insights that Isaiah saw. So Isaiah actually saw many women around one man. And that's by nature. See, Esau, he'll lock you up if you got, you know, this thing called polygamy. You know, he'll lock you up if you have more than one woman that you're married to, because this man's the devil. He's against, you know, nature, human nature, they call it. But anyway, this sister, she sounds like she's from maybe Nigerian, and she's going to break this thing down, and it makes all the sense in the world. So I don't know what Bishop Nate and IUIC is thinking about. You know, if I was a part of the IUIC as a young man coming up and hear the certain things that he says, I would leave. I would join GMS. You know, real talk. You know what? Before I do that, let me do. You know what? I'm not going to show you the video. I'll just let this play. Listen closely. I hope you can hear it.
Logically, sex is designed for one main purpose: procreation. Anything else, that's extra. The female reproductive cycle comes around once a month. For a man, it's every day. For each sexual act, the woman's one egg is matched by the man's 120 million sperm cells. And let's do some calculation. 120 million sperm cells a day, every day, as opposed to one egg a month every month, means, assuming all the cells are viable, that it will take only 30 men to impregnate all the women in the world. This point.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? I got to do the calculation myself, but she said it could take as little as 30 men to impregnate all the women on the earth. I remember King Marshall used to say this all the time back in the day. He used to say, we don't need the Israelite woman to bring back the nation, which is true. You are who your father is. Let me say that again. You are who your father is. If an Israelite man, a Judite man, lays down with a Moabite woman, the child's going to be a Judite, but it's going to have Moabite features. If a Judite man lays down with an Edomite woman, the child is going to come out a lighter and may have the Edomite features or some of the the phenotype. Look that word up. But it's still an Israelite. Perfect example was this guy, Blake Griffin, or Blake Griffin, if I'm saying his name right. Forgive me if I said it wrong. You have a picture with his father and his mother. His father is a dark-skinned, so-called Haitian. His mother appears to be a so-called white woman. She could be one of the tribes, but she has a white she can pass for white. If she's not white, whether she's Spaniard, I got to do the research on it. But anyway, they had a son, one of their sons, whatever. I don't know how many children they have. Blake Griffin, which he looks mixed. Let's say that he looks mixed. So he looked like he can pass for white, but he could be one of the Latin tribes, maybe a Middle Eastern person. He doesn't look full so-called white or full so-called black. He has a son. His son looks just like an Edomite. The spirit in that son is the spirit of Blake Griffin, and his spirit, the seed, come from his father, which is the dark-skinned Levite man. If his son, Patrick Mahone, is another one, you gonna tell me that he's an Edomite? He's a bastard? If Blake Griffin's son lays with a blonde-haired, blue-eyed, pasty white woman, that child, which is the great-grandson of that dark-skinned, super dark-skinned Levite brother, which is the father of Blake Griffin, that child is going to look just like an Edomite because the father looks just like an Edomite. And his father is mixed, talking about Blake. So she made that statement. Now I have to do the math myself, that only 30 men can impregnate the whole earth. In other words, you go like a lion, the spirit of the lion. And what does it say in Isaiah 13? It says, oh damn, what does it say? It's talking about a shortage of men. It says a man shall be more precious than fine gold. So what is it actually saying? That there's going to be a shortage of men. That's in the Apocrypha. That's in either second Ezra 15 or second Ezra 16. Somebody can put it in the comment section. It speaks about the brides not having bridegrooms because they will die in the war, in the tribulation. And so we're going to be doing having a lot of sex with a lot of different women to bring back that nation. And that nation, the nation of Israel, is going to come back quick. That nation, because one man's going to have 1,000 women. You can't bring back a nation with one man or one woman. So what this guy, Bishop Nathaniel, is teaching is ludicrous. And I may just go to that if I can find it. He made a statement. I'll see if I can find it. Anyway, I'm going to let you listen to the rest of this. And by the way, she's an Israelite. I don't give a damn if she's from West Africa. For you ISUPK brothers out there, this is an Israelite. You need to up your spiritual game.
To one clear fact, a man is by nature polygamous. Monogamy and fidelity are unnatural situations promulgated by religious beliefs and social pressures. Take those away, every man will cheat. It's simply biological. Now let's look at the extra. It's a known fact that women, for the most part, are more emotional than men. So it's natural that after a sexual encounter, she'll be attached. But because a man is visual and logical in nature, there's no emotion involved. For him, it's just a physical release that's got nothing to do with love. A man loves his woman by protecting and providing.
In other words, you ain't going to do no pillow talk necessarily with your woman in the kingdom. You're going to hit one, you're going to get up, according to the law, babe. Later that night, you may hit another one of your women. You might hit 3-4 women in one day. You take the bath, You know, you defiled, you know, the Sabbath comes in. The Sabbath is when you don't have sex, because the Most High says it, keep the Sabbath holy. So how in the hell can you keep the Sabbath holy by defiling yourself, by having sex? What is that? Isaiah, is it Isaiah 58? I believe it's Isaiah 58. I'm not going to go to it. You defile yourself on the Sabbath. So the only day you can't have sex is on certain high holy. There's certain high days, like Purim, you can have sex. You know, the Passover, you cannot have sex on that the 14th day at evening. You cannot have sex the rest of the 15th day. Then you can have sex the next day, and then the end of that, what they call the Passover week, you can't have sex because it's a Sabbath. And then you can go back. Then you have another Sabbath behind that. Then you can go back and have sex. And we're going to be getting busy in the kingdom, you know? And like this guy said in the movie True Romance, what's this guy? He died, the actor. I forget his name. Somebody can put it in the description box. He was talking to the mafioso. And he said that, you know, you Italians are Moors. So you're really a bunch of, he called them, what do you call them? Moulignan, which are eggplants. Eggplants, an eggplant is really, in Italy, is known as a moulignan. And it means, moulin meaning dark, black, and yan means yam. So moulignan or eggplant in Italian, it sounds so much better in Italian. Moulignan means eggplant or dark yam. So that's what he said. He said, oh, he pointed to the guys, and he in the movie True Romance, was a great movie, a classic movie. If you haven't seen that movie, you must go and see that movie. Don't be fooled by the title of the movie. But he said, you guys, he said, your grandmother, your great-great-grandmother got popped by a nigger, had a half nigger kid, and he said, you are the product of that. And that's why I grew up around Sicilians and the Southern Italians. They act just like Jake. I grew up with Armenians. They look like Edomites. They look more Arab, Latin looking, but they ain't nothing but Jake. They act like Jake, they fight like Jake, they dance like Jake, they talk shit like Jake. And let me just go back to this. I'm doing a lot of talking, but this is a great video. This is a little short minute, a little bit more than a minute. And she says a lot. And she looks good too. She looks good.
Fighting for her. Period. It's really quite simple. For a man, the physical and the emotional, two separate entities. Thank you. Logically, sex is designed for one main purpose, procreation. Anything else, that's extra. The female reproductive cycle comes around once a month. For a man, it's every day. For each sexual act, the woman's one egg is matched by the man's 120 million sperm cells. And let's do some calculation. 120 million sperm cells a day, every day, as opposed to one egg a month, every month, means, assuming all the cells are viable, that it will take only 30 men to impregnate all the women in the world.
And that's possible. 38, the nation's gonna come back quick. You 2/3, you rest, the ones of you that don't make it, you're coming back quickly. Because when we get in the kingdom, we're gonna get busy. We're gonna get busy. Some men is gonna have 1,000 women. Let me leave you with one scripture. And hopefully Bishop Nathaniel will get this message. Isaiah 60. I'll start from, now this is a cut for Elder Lahab. So Elder Lahab, you need to go back on Fopi's show and show and straighten out them youngins. It says here, because he's teaching this nonsense and that about Edomites are going to gather back together and they're going to take us over after 1,000 years. We're going to have the spiritual power and all that, but we're going to all have our back. Oh, look at that sun. And then Esau just going to jump out of nowhere. Get them Israelites and just take us back down. That's fucking stupid, man. Anyway, it says, I'm gonna start from the 18th verse, Isaiah 60, verse 18. Violence shall, this is the kingdom now, this is the kingdom. Violence shall no more be heard in thy land. No more violence. Once this devil go down, ain't nobody gonna rise up against us. That's also in the scripture. Wasting nor destruction within thy borders, but thou shalt call thy wall salvation and thy gates praise. The sun shall be no more thy light by day. Now, some simpleton to come up and say, we ain't gonna have a sun and the moon. Ain't gonna be no need for one. Look, it's talking about, it's parabolic. The sun's gonna be there and the moon's gonna be there. It says, the sun shall be no more thy light by day, neither brightness shall the moon give light unto thee, but the Lord shall be unto thee an everlasting light, and thy power, thy glory. Meaning you're just going to look unto the Lord. It says in, I believe it's Revelation 20, if I'm not mistaken, it said the sun and the moon fled away. The sun and the moon is not going to fled away. In other words, when the Lord comes back, ain't nobody going to be, their eyes are going to be on the Lord. See, this book is written in a parabolic, poetic way. It said, thy sun shall no more go down, neither shall thy moon withdraw itself. Well, it just said that we ain't gonna need no moon, but then it says here, the sun's not gonna go down. That's parabolic for our kingdom is not gonna go down. It says it itself, for Yahweh shall be thine everlasting light, and the days of thy mourning shall be ended. So now if we don't have a moon and the sun and the stars, how in the hell are we going to keep the high holy days? And this is why Esau can't get these scriptures right, because they look at everything as a literal thing. Thy people, the Israelites, also shall all be righteous. They shall inherit the land forever, because this is going to be a kingdom, an earthly kingdom. The branch of my planting, the work of my hands, that I may be glorified. It says a little one shall become 1,000. So the sister just explained that. She said 30 men can impregnate the whole planet. And a small one, a strong nation. You're going to have so many children. The scriptures say in the beginning, Genesis, be fruitful and multiply. What did the Most High mean by that? Have thousands and thousands and thousands of children. I, Yahweh, will hasten it in his time, meaning getting ready to come up. This prophecy, which is the kingdom. 7 women shall take hold of one man. It's going to happen before the kingdom is established and into the kingdom. So with that, I'm going to say shalom.